right, this week we make our way to St. Joseph, Michigan. Scott from Captain Chuck's and myself make our way down here to do a little coho fishing aboard the Silver Bullet. Captain Jeremy Curtis. Jeremy and I met many years ago when he was just a young deckhand aboard the Break Time up in Ludington while they were tournament fishing with Tony and Jim. Kind of neat to watch Jeremy grow into the captain that he's become today, and we're at the launch along with Russ Clark, Captain Russ Clark from Seahawk Charters, kind of a legend down in St. Joe area. Super nice guy. Got to spend some time with him. Did a captain roundtable with him as well, and definitely learned some things. So we make our way away from the dock, and what happened next is probably one of the craziest things I have ever seen on a boat. I've never had an incident quite like this. So we launched by the highway overpass, and we make our way down the river. We probably have 3-4 miles to cover before we get to the pier heads. Now it's sun's just starting to come up, and I see something in the water, and I said, Jeremy, I think there's a log, or maybe that's a deer. Well, we got a little closer, and it was a coyote. That is the first time I've ever almost hit a coyote while in a boat. So crazy thing. We kind of watched it make its way up to shore here, and no harm was done to the coyote or to the boat, and we kind of watched it make its way off into the darkness and made our way back towards the pier heads. So we get out to the pier heads here in St. Joe. It's just beautiful. The lake was flat, calm. Cool morning for sure. Very little wind. So we power up. And Jeremy has one of these 24 Carolina skiffs that's custom made really to river fish and also be able to fish the beach like this. This time of the year, it's quite cold, and the way these boats are set up, they are super comfortable. Have a nice little heater inside, and I would say I was very comfortable all day long. So we get out there, we start setting the rods, and Jeremy did an expert job of putting all these boards out. And it didn't take long, and Scott was hooked up on our first fish. Now the action is fast and furious when it comes to this coho fishing. You find a school of them, and you'll hit 2 or 3 fish, boom, boom, boom. So it really is fun. It is cool time of the year, but if you dress warm and you have a nice enclosure like Jeremy has on this boat, definitely makes things very comfortable. So we get this first fish up to the boat, and a very nice spring coho, definitely going to be delicious a little bit later.
We'll put him in the bucket.
One's in the bucket, and there again, just like that, we got another fish on. Now when you're catching these cohos, these are juvenile fish, and you catch all different sizes of them. Most of them are 2 to 3 pounds. This one was a little under that, so we did a quick release and got it back into the water to live another day.
Oh, the flag!
Now, it was kind of exciting. This was the first time I'd ever used the small ninja boards, and this was our first bite on that small ninja board. You can see that flag up in the air, and they were tracking nice, and this fish was coming in. Captain Jeremy fighting it, which he probably doesn't get to do enough of, so we were happy to get him some action today.
Beautiful morning.
Another custom Chuck's custom, huh?
Yeah, custom bait here.
Now these are some custom painted thin fins,
Pretty, I like it.
and they're available at Captain Chuck's, and they actually did very well for us today. There's quite a bit of action coming on those custom painted plugs, so check out those if you get on the web. Here's another fish on the ninja board.
Board with the flag, cattle flag. Better be a big one. He's definitely taking his time on it. Gonna show you how easy it is to take this off. Grab it, pitch, off.
Now that's kind of the cool thing with these ninja boards is to release them is so simple. One-handed release. I'm actually holding the camera with the other hand in this this video, but another nice little coho. And as you can see, our morning is really starting to take off. We got a pretty good bucket of fish going, and we'll continue for a little while longer and enjoy this beautiful day out on Lake Michigan. Inside us, a little lund, and catching a couple of fish. And I said, you know, Jeremy, can you give us just a little rundown of what you do here and your methods and techniques that you're using today out here to catch these cohos?
Hi, I'm Jeremy Curtis with Silver Bullet Sport Fishing and Seahawk Sport Fishing here out of St. Joe, Michigan. We're down here in the southeast corner of Lake Michigan, where this time of year, it's our favorite time of year. We get the cohos first down here at the southern end with the warm water. And it's cool because we can start sometimes, you know, in late January, early February, when that water's in the low 30s. And the beach fishing's predominant for the spawn guys. We start out fishing the surf. And then we transfer over once that water hits about like 36, 38 degrees, we start trolling, which this year it happened a couple weeks ago here, the first week of March. And our beach fishing, it's kind of the exact opposite when we're fishing the lake, you know, where out here it's less is more a lot of the times, you know. We've only fished 6 rods, fishing surface baits, usually all fin fins, you know. It's kind of different, you know. We catch the cohos with spawn on the bottom, and then when we troll, we're trolling the surface. And all we're doing is where that warmer water generally is with these southerly winds coming this time of year is it's tucked up on the beach. And what we'll do is we'll zigzag our bars and like to keep that speed up and cover ground, you know, that 2.5 to 3.2 mile per hour over ground. And a lot of times it's a feel thing and not, you know, just looking at your graph. And we find this early time more or less versus, you know, later season when we're trolling straight. A lot of us is a, you know, trick 'em coho. We're, you know, speeding up, slowing down, you know, getting them to commit. And what I do is I just run 2 boards aside and I run the small church boards, which today we're actually experimenting running the new ninja boards, and I'm starting to become a believer of them, liking them a lot. That easy one-hand release, it's working out pretty cool today. Making it fast, can get that bait right back in the water and get another one on. But our far boards, you know, we run about anywhere from 70 to 80 behind the board, and then my inside one I'm running shorter, about just 50 foot. And a lot of times, you know, early season, it's the tighter stuff to the boat. You know, we put a shorty rod out on each side that's back there about 40 feet. And you'll notice that early season, it's mainly your closer rods of the boat that are getting that quick action, always changing, doing something. And those are the ones that seem to go. And then as the season goes on, the water starts to get warmer, you're further baits away from the boat, and you start to having to figure them out. And I think today's that first day we're not being able to just troll the beach. We're kind of having to find a little pattern, which Scott seemed to come and find one here. We're fishing a change where we got a little brown water inside, and then an Arctic blue, and then you got that deep blue out here. And it seems we're getting our bites right where that brown water meets that, you know, that chalkier water. And sometimes dirty water is good this time of year versus that gin blue, you know. But it's a pretty unique fishery, and if you've never done it, I really suggest you come down here to the southern end of the lake and check out our spring coho fishery. You know, you can go from 0 to hero real fast. It's pretty neat. You come through the patch of coho and every rod lights up, and that gets you hooked quick. You know, it's a good fishery for people starting out into salmon fishing because it's generally faster action, and they're the best eating fish in my opinion in the lake. You know, they're, you know, pound for pound, they're just, you can't beat them. But yeah, hopefully you can come down here and try this beach fishing and experiment it sometime, and it's pretty neat.
So we spent the rest of the morning just kind of enjoying the view and catching fish and releasing fish, and you know, had a really good time with Captain Jeremy. Now, if you're looking for something like this, a great opportunity to take young kids, lots of action, and these fish are relatively easy to reel in, but there's not a lot of weighting that has to happen, and you know, the comfort on these boats is very nice with the way they're set up with the heaters and the full enclosure. And it didn't take long, and we hit another one on the Ninja board, so we're going to show this Ninja board one more time. Really, truly, I've enjoyed these. I fished them all year, and really pull 7-color and smaller, just a great board for that. But it was really neat to see that bite in the flag and how well that works.
Grab that board. It's up. Push that button one time, boom, rack your hand, simple.
So we kept zigzagging for a while longer, and Scott and I got to have a little chat on the back of the boat and really enjoy the views. You really can't beat Lake Michigan in the spring. It truly is a beautiful place to be, and especially on these flat, calm days. Really doesn't get like this all that often, and it's great to see out there.
I watched a video last night. The guy that runs 19 gram wire.
So we make our way back to the dock, and Jeremy expertly cleans these fish for us. And if you look at this meat, it's just delicious. Some of the best table fare that you're going to get out of Lake Michigan. By far the best tasting salmon. If you like king salmon, you got to give this Coho a try. It is absolutely delicious fish. So we're getting everything cleaned up, and Jeremy suggested that we make our way to a local restaurant where they do a cook catch. And so we load up and head over there, and we got to meet an absolutely wonderful group of people at the Grand Mirror Inn. Now, the Grand Mirror Inn is a family-run restaurant, absolutely delicious food, wonderful people, everything's homemade, an absolutely incredible view from the restaurant. It was a little overcast when we were there, but still an awesome view. All right, well, we have made our way, got our fish cleaned in the cooler, we made our way to Stevensville, Michigan, which is just south of St. Joe, and we're at the Grand Mirror Inn. And this is the owner, Charlie, and we are joined by Captain Russ from the Seahawk, who Jeremy works with all summer long. So these guys love this place, and are giving me a little info, and maybe you can tell them a little bit about the Catch Cook.
Yep, this is by far my favorite restaurant in town, Grand Mirror, which is, how long have you been in business?
We've been in business for 40 years.
40 years, and it's an awesome place, and what's gotten really popular, more so here in Michigan, and they've been doing it for years in Florida and some of the southern states, is bringing the fish in and have it cooked after a charter, have a couple of cocktails, relax. It's a great way to end your trip. We'll get the fish prepped as we clean them, and then send them to the Grand Mirror here with Charlie, and they cook them up.
So
and they got a lot of other great things here too.
Yeah, it's really nice because Russ takes care of the hard part for me, cleaning them, and I think Jeremy helps out a lot with that. But it comes in all nice and clean, and then we prep it up and present it. You can either have it as an appetizer, or you can have it as a dinner. But if you're from out of town and you're visiting, it's nice to be able to enjoy your fish instead of having to haul it home and everything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can't beat fresh Coho.
No, it's the best.
If you've never had Coho, you've never been down here, it's incredible fish.
Or king salmon, lake trout, still, whatever.
It's all good. Yeah.
They're open year round, and a recommendation is to bring it in a small cooler like this, iced down and stuff, so it'll be all ready to go when you get here.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we're gonna run into the kitchen and watch these guys make this into some awesome food.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, so we're in the kitchen here at Grand Mirror, and Charlie is just getting the fish out. He's taking the skin off, which we showed you in the video before. Looks like he might have done that before. So we're gonna get things rolling, get some food prepped, and then we'll get into how they're gonna prepare it and the style that they're gonna use.
So today we're gonna, usually when you bring your fish in, we do it 3 different ways, and we like to serve it family style, so it just kind of comes out in a big platter, served to you. The first way we're gonna show you is we do a blackening fish, and with Coho just by itself is very, very tasty. It's a very red meat, very mild. It's one of my favorite fish to come out of the lake. But so we're going to do a blackening real quick, and we actually make our blackened seasoning in-house. And so we'll brush it with a little bit of butter. And then this is our in-house blackened Cajun seasoning that we make. And a lot of the times the guys will ask for it to take some home with them. We pack it up and send it home with them. So we get the skillet red hot, or almost white hot. You can see some white in there. It's been on for quite a while. And so what you're doing is you're just pretty much searing that flavor right in there. And it doesn't take long because it is so hot. But the fish doesn't stick because you're getting the pan so hot. So it's just searing that right in there, searing all the flavor in and all that. And then the sauce that we serve with the the blackened fish is a hollandaise sauce, and it's pretty much egg yolk and lemon juice. And butter, so you can't go wrong with those three combinations, and it goes really well with the fish. It doesn't overpower it or anything like that. It goes really well. So I'm going to pull this off now. It's not quite done, but we'll finish it off in the oven after we get the other ones done. Yeah, there you got it. All right, so now we did the blackened Coho, and now I'm going to hand it off to Chef Tony. He's been working with us for 38 years now, and so he's known his way around this kitchen quite well. And he's going to be taking it to the next level, 2 other ways to prepare the Coho.
Here's some Coho that's already been skinned. Small pieces. So I sprayed my pan with some nonstick spray. What we're going to do, we're going to spread a Dijon spread on there, and it's 1 part Dijon mustard, 2 parts Hellmann's mayonnaise, and then it also has salt, black pepper, tarragon, dill, parsley, and garlic. So we'll spread this on top, and this will make for a really nice, moist fish when it comes out of the oven. And you don't really need to put it on heavy unless you really want a heavy sauce on there. And make it kind of thin. And then you take panko breadcrumbs and sprinkle over the top. That'll give it a nice crispy top on it. And we'll hit it with a little paprika for some color. Got our oven set at 425. You can do it anywhere between like 375 to 425. And it should take about 10 minutes. And then this one we're going to deep fry. So and we have a simple light breading here. Flour, Drake's Mix, and graham cracker crumbs. It's real nice and light. Don't want a heavy batter. Not for this application anyways. Gently drop them into the oil. Twice. And we're going to serve this with a tartar sauce that's made in-house. It's basically mayonnaise, sour cream, dill, garlic, white pepper, salt, and some dried parsley. And we make all our sauces in-house here. All of our dressings, salad dressings are made here. barbecue sauce, tartar sauce, cocktail sauce, all that's made right here in-house. And the tartar sauce is nice and light. It's not real heavy on the vinegar or pickle or anything like that. It's all the ingredients are blended and nice and mellow. Okay, so this is probably done. Our fire's set at about 350, maybe 375 degrees. It only takes about 2 to 3 minutes to fry it. They're nice thin fillets. We have a nice golden coat on there. So we'll drain it a little bit. And then we're going to plate it and hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Bring those flavors out. And that's deep fried coho. Check our Dijon roasted salmon here and see how it's going. This door's gonna open, so. Yeah, that's nice golden coat to it. And it's thin, so there again, it doesn't take very long to cook. In this convection oven, something like this, 7-8 minutes probably. And in your oven at home, it's probably gonna take anywhere from 10 to 15. And if I didn't mention before, it was 425 degrees. And that's Dijon roasted coho salmon out of it.
All right, so here we are. We have our fresh coho from this morning. This stuff was swimming a couple hours ago, and now we have it prepared 3 delicious ways, so we're going to give it a shot. Thank you guys very much for letting us sneak in here and intrude into your kitchen and see how you make magic with fish.
You're very welcome.
Just out of curiosity, how are these made?
How are these made?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Dijon roasted with panko breadcrumbs. This is deep fried with homemade tartar sauce. And this is Cajun blackened with Cajun jalapeno sauce.
That's awesome. All right, so we're standing here at the Grand Mirror Inn with Charlie Racine, and he's just going to give us just a little history of this place, because this is a cool place.
So my parents opened this up 40 years ago, and we've been in business ever since. And we're kind of a fine dining, but upscale roadhouse is what we like to be known for. We got lake perch and ribs and good steaks, and we serve a lot of crab legs. A lot of crab legs go out of here. Yeah, and I always joke with people, there's a lot of stuff on the walls, and it actually means like things. Like my sister's saddle shoes from high school are up on the wall and stuff like that. So yeah, it's neat. It's got a lot of history, and our clientele is good followers and stuff like that.
And how many years?
40 years.
40 years, awesome. So like a good family place if you're down here in Stevensville or St. Joe. Michigan City's probably not very far from here either.
No.
So if you're anywhere in the area, stop in Grand Mirror Inn. Awesome food, awesome people.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
All right,
nice to meet you.
So we just wrapped up this great meal here at Grand Mirror Inn in Stevensville, Michigan. But this trip to St. Joe has been awesome. I don't get to spend a lot of time down in this part of the lake. And thank you to Jeremy at Silver Bullet and Ross coming from Seahawk to join us here, and Charlie and everybody here. It's just been an awesome day. Great to be out on the water with friends, and if you're ever down this way, make sure you stop in here. Make sure you get a hold of these guys, do some fishing, and I can't wait to see you guys again soon. Tight lines to you, and enjoy those Great Lakes.